Yo, 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 boys.
GM.
GM, yo, let's bring that energy today. How's it going, my guy? Friday?
Yo, it is Friday. Well, I'm already sharing my screen. I gotta chill, but it is Friday.
he's
We are
ready to go.
vibing. I'm ready for the weekend. This is basically our last Friday stream before NFT NYC, since we're both gonna be traveling next Friday. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You got the new hat busted out. I got the
Yeah.
new shirt. Woo, here we go.
Bust out the new hat, new tags just ripped off. You know, I'm looking at 8 Bored Ape boxes of merch in my room right now.
Yeah.
I had to expand the house. I had to build a whole new room because we now need a merch room thanks to NFTs.
Yeah, I gotta ask you about that. Is your wife pleased about that? Because I know my wife. She is. Every time a new box comes in, she just gives me the look and just shakes her head, and I know what she's thinking, and it's not good.
It's kind of tough out here. I might be in somewhat of a doghouse in my stream room. Yeah, because I've taken over like a whole nother room full of camera stuff and merch.
Right.
So I'm not sitting good right now, but I'll have to make it up to her somehow. And yo, shout out Young Snow Wolf with the 4 months in a row. Tier 1 subs. Appreciate you, baby. Pitch Dark following him right up. LFG, let's go.
There we go. Appreciate that. Thanks everyone for joining us. Hopefully your Friday is fantastic. We've got some news to break down at the end of it, or in the middle of our stream. We got a nice interview coming your guys' way with the founder of Nametag, so be ready for that. Should be a pretty good one because we've been involved in Nametag since pretty much the beginning. I think a lot of our viewers have as well, so that's going to be interesting to dive into that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely excited to tell like my story, like my perspective of how I came to know Nametag, and then like you said, I mean, a lot of the viewers that are here already are really familiar with it, but we'll dive into it when we have our interview later. So we do have some news for you guys. We're gonna kind of rapid fire what we can, and then anything that we don't make it to, of course, like we'll fit in at the end of the stream or whatever. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the ride. Let's hop into the market updates.
Let's pull it up. So I've got it here. Let's look at the last 24 hours, see what our top gainers are, and just spitfiring, looking at this, what sticks out to you, yo, Jeremy?
Yo, well, first of all, how about those dapper dino? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right, anything else?
I mean, these are a lot of the same projects that we saw the other day, to be honest. Like nothing new per se, like actually at all. Let's see, looking through here, the only thing is I know Starcatchers is doing something in NFT NYC, right?
Yep, they are. It seems like they may have like one of like the coolest venues, like this pretty high rooftop, like skyscraper rooftop venue that looks pretty sick. So they're gonna have a pretty nice event, and I wonder if that's affecting their price at all as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just don't know, like, is it reserved out? Is it too late? Like, why are people still pumping Starcatchers if the event is kind of reserved up? But I do know about their cool venue. So, and I'm just trying to think, like, my mind is fully NYC at the moment. So when I'm looking at this list, I'm thinking NFT NYC. And I mean, I'm not going to a Zug party, right? Either works. Lazy Lions, hang out with my boys.
Oh, Loudest community on Twitter. They're up there.
Community on Twitter.
But yeah, like you said, there's not really a lot. It's just a lot of the same names like Boki, Fleur, or not Fleur, Flirt should be banned, but Fluff. Fluff is on here. They were on here a couple days ago as well.
What if you scroll down a little bit? Anything below that? Because I know volume was overall down. So forget the stats for a second.
Well, let's just sort by volume then. I mean, yeah, like you said, volume is pretty low right now.
OpenSea volume was down by like 40% yesterday, dude.
Yeah, and there's no project that's over 1,000 ETH traded in the last 24 hours, which we've seen tough before, but it's tough. It's we've seen times in the past where we've had like 4 or 5, sometimes even 10 projects that are 1,000 ETH or 1,000 ETH traded over 24 hours, but now we've got 0. Definitely tough. I feel like we're just kind of in that lull before. I don't know what's going to happen. People just, the markets worldwide right now are crazy, so people are just being safe. They're playing it safe, and I do think we see a run-up after everyone gets back from New York, and maybe we see some more volume after that, but who knows?
Maybe people are cashing out, going those summer vacations. Yeah. We're going out to Bali, we're going out to Hawaii, the Caymans, whatnot. So, yeah, maybe we do see a little post-summer, post-NFT NYC little pump. I'm not holding out hope, too much, but I think it's possible.
Yeah. Let's look real quickly. Let's look at the opposite. Let's see who the bigger losers are for the last 24 hours. So we've got the "We Are All Going to Die" NFT. You know, they've been in the news. They've been across the Twitter lately because they burned that May. They had a lot of marketing come from that, and they're down almost 40%, down to 0.77. These were up to, I mean, they were up to at one point almost 2 ETH, right? So they've taken quite a hit. We've also got our favorite. We're still Robotos fans. We're still RoboPet fans. They're not doing so great. And yeah, again, a lot of the same projects. We've got MFers, and maybe that can be our first segue to jump into the news section. So MFers took a hit last 24 hours, and I think everyone probably should know why by now, because if you've been on Twitter, you saw what happened. But so the creator of MFers, Sartoshi, decided to vanish, right? Just vanished into thin air. But before he left, he did an open edition.
He did indeed.
He did an open edition, and it was the end of Sartoshi. Basically, it was like, hey, this is his exit. He's leaving NFTs. It was an open edition. He sold 17,000 of these at 0.069 each. And obviously the floor price now is 0.04, so if you bought them looking for a flip, then it's probably a bad decision. But I mean, it's a very dramatic exit. His account on Twitter is deleted, like you can't even, it doesn't even show up anymore. What are your thoughts on the way Sartoshi left? Is it, he's always been kind of a champion for the quote decentralization and everything. So his view is his project, or it's not even his project, but the MFers. If everything was built as he should have been, or in his eyes, it should be able to live on and thrive without a leader, because the community should be able to carry it on, and it doesn't need that decentralized, or it doesn't need that centralization of like a team behind it, or one person leader, and he stuck to it. He's gone. He vanished. So what are your thoughts on that? That's been kind of the biggest news of the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back the history of crypto and Sartoshi's role that he played in, what did with Bitcoin and whatnot, and this kind of follows that trajectory, but it is a nice story to tell. It's like a nice lore to tell, to go in parallel with essentially a rug pull, right? Like it's a way to wrap up like a big pile of crap in a pretty little bow,
right?
So
are you labeling? Yeah, I mean that is true. He did tell everybody, like, don't expect anything. Like, this is just CCO. I'm doing the mint, and that's it. Do you have any issue? Do you actually, like, personally, do you label it a rug pull or view it as that way? Or I mean, considering he told everybody up front what his intentions were.
So I do not call MFers or anything else that he did a rug pull, but I do call like end of MFers a cash grab.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. It wasn't a rug pull, but what he did there at the end, that was indeed a cash grab, sir.
Yeah, he ended with a nice little 7-figure payday right in his pocket, and he's gone. I guess I'm on the fence. Like I understand if the people that are like MF or Maxis, they're defending him, saying, well, this is decentralization, this is what it's for, this is what we expected and everything. But on the flip side, like, I mean, you look at the collection, like MFers was sold. It wasn't a free mint. It was a 0.069 mint. And also there was a 2.5% fee on the royalties on every trade on the marketplaces. So I'm like I guess the tough thing for me to see and view is, if there's no roadmap, if there's no intentions of building anything, like, why do you need to have royalties? Like, set them to 0. Just like, I mean, look what Larva Labs did with the punks. They made them for free and there was no royalties, right? Like, that was a true, like, hey, here these are, and there's no royalties. It's just a free experiment, and there you go, and they've taken off. So my thoughts with MFers is, if it's truly, it's not a rug pull or anything, like, why was it for sale? Why were there royalties? Like, I don't know. It's just, that part doesn't sit right with me, and that's why I wouldn't call it a rug pull, because he was very transparent about not doing anything, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, but you also raked in all these fees. You raked in millions in fees, and also had that end of Sartoshi mint open edition yesterday. So yeah, I'm kind of I don't know. I'm curious to see what our chat thinks about that, or what their views are on that as well.
So you're kind of saying like it was a glorious like scheme essentially, like not a rug pull, but hey, like GG's. This dude put together a master scheme. Like this guy reminds me, if Mtoli were an NFT artist, like this would be Sartoshi.
Yeah, a masterful scheme, and I think we 100% see Sartoshi back as a different anon person on Twitter, but we won't know that, right? So I can't wait for his last project, right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's move on to some other news. We've got Big 3, and this is actually, you go ahead, break this down. What is this to our chat, and should we be paying attention or should we be interested in it?
Okay, so this is Big 3. Everybody knows or not everybody, actually probably not even close. So some people may know the Big 3 basketball league that's founded by Ice Cube. And a lot of washed players will essentially team up with it's called the Big 3 because it's 3v3 basketball, and it's half court. But essentially they're going on to this new ownership, this new monetization and marketing model, to where you can now own kind of like somewhat of these ownership type benefits, where you get free access, VIP access, you got like lifetime seats essentially for the NFTs, special experiences, all this stuff that would kind of go along with. And I don't like the fact that they're calling it ownership. I didn't read the fine print of it, but everything that I saw in Golden Fire, it was not like a stake in the team. So I need to figure out more of where that ownership is coming from, because for me it kind of seems just like you're a season pass holder, right? Or like a step above that. Yeah. And obviously there's some regulations around securities and whatnot. Is an NFT a security, or like can it be in this model where it is an actual ownership? Like, do we expect revenue back into our pockets? So I have to dive more into that. But I thought it was interesting because that is an established league. It is an established brand with bigger personalities, and it came with a big price tag. Like you see gold here going for 2.5 ETH, and there's 4,500 of them. Whew. And then go ahead and toggle over to Fire. Fire was 9.3 ETH each. So, I mean...
And it looks like they're sold out, too, for those.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to connect our wallet to see it, but...
that's true. Yeah.
I didn't do it.
I'm not going to do that either, but... I mean, it says sold out, so I guess I'm just taking it on that word there. And there's only 25 of each. But the gold, I mean, that's a hefty price tag, especially considering the state of the market right now. Like, that is, you got to be a top tier team, project, marketing, everything for me to justify me spending 2.5 ETH, and I don't think Big 3 does that for me personally. Now it could work out definitely for people in the long term, but just for me, outside looking in and looking at briefly and with my tactics I do for investing, I think I'm out on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too interested. First of all, I've never once told myself, let's turn on TV and put it onto Big 3. Or I've never told myself, hey, I need to go get Big 3 tickets.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that none of my friends, nobody that I know IRL has ever said, hey, yo, Jeremy, we should get Big 3 tickets.
I don't know why, but every time I see Big 3, I always think I think it was called like Slam Ball or something, where it was like the basketball with the trampolines. Like, I know that's not what Big 3 is, but for some reason, that's just where my mind goes to at all. Like, it's just like Olympic, like crazy acrobatic basketball thing. But which, I mean, hey, I'd be all for if it was that again. Let's bring that back. But a Big 3, I've never intentionally watched Big 3. All right, so let's move on to something else that maybe our chat will be more interested in real quick, and then we'll hop into the interview. So TopShot, so keeping on the themes of basketball, today they released the very first crafting challenge, and crafting is where you can burn moments to create a new moment. So the very first one was Ja Morant. You have to burn 10 moments total, so it's different from a normal challenge. Like a normal TopShot challenge, you just create a showcase with your moments, and you keep those moments, and then you get the challenge moment back. For this one, you create, you put your 10 moments together, and then you burn them. You completely delete those moments from the TopShot ecosystem, and then you get this moment back. You get a Ja Morant throwdown crafting challenge moment back. And shout out to Gokino. I don't know if he's listening right now, but Gokino is actually the very first person to to do the crafting challenge, and like they confirmed it in the TopShot Discord, because I kind of figured that was gonna be the case with John Morant. You know,
Wait, no shot.
Gokina's
Really?
like the top, you know, he thinks he's the top John Morant fan, but he's probably like, you know, like, you know, he's like probably top 50 fan, right? But no, he was the first person to create the do the crafting challenge. So shout out to him. And I have most of the moments for this, but I'm gonna wait till the end of this challenge to decide if I'm gonna do it or not, to see if it's. I just want to see how many people are gonna actually follow through with it, because it looks like if I refresh right now, it shows at the bottom, and it looks like there has been 127 so far have completed it, which means 1,270 moments have been deleted from TopShot. So definitely a cool system that TopShot has enabled, something, you know, to add some kind of deflationary mechanism to it. So it's unique, and I'm looking forward to following it.
I mean, yeah, shout out Gokina. That's a pretty cool thing. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be worth it or not, but just to cement that place in history, right? I mean, if we just assume that somehow TopShot figures it out and lasts for decades, or for even just a few more years, like that's a pretty cool thing to say, is that like you were the first person to craft, right? The first person to use this new feature for, you know, such a rare item. So
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. Shout out Gokina. I mean, yeah, I don't think he's that big of a Jaw fan. I know we gave him a little trivia about Jaw, and honestly, he couldn't answer half the questions.
Yeah.
And
Who knows?
so he's kind of like a fake Jaw fan, but at the same time, he's a big TopShot fan. I will give him that. So
He's a LARPer for Jaw, pretty much, right?
yeah, absolutely. Oh, let's see. Let's just give a audio shout out to Quez down there to see if he's ready to go on the interview or not. Give him a message, and oh, cool. Yeah, he's ready to roll. So yeah, without further ado, you guys know the deal. We've been tweeting about it since yesterday. We have Quez joining us from Nametag, and yeah, let's just pull him up, hear what he has to say, and tell us about the project.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yo,
welcome.
How you guys doing today?
Wonderful. It's Friday. We're chilling. We're vibing.
Big vibes.
How about you?
Yeah, man, I can't complain. I'm not even gonna front you. I took a quick moment to like see if I can make a sandwich between the start and like when I came on.
Yeah.
I made it halfway through, so I have a sandwich after the show for me. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, I
You're
mean,
ready to
Tagline
go.
stuffed some stuff down, I think, right before stream.
Oh, today
So-
was. I mean, I got the receipts to show it right here. Here's my little empty Pyrex container. I was struggling. I had to eat something. So it was like 5 minutes before I was shoving it in. So I get that absolutely.
Some real action, you know. I love that.
Yeah,
man. I love
absolutely.
that.
So just want to make sure too, like we're saying your name right, correct? Like Quez.
Quez, yeah, Quez, Quez.
Quez,
That's
cool.
right.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think actually quite a few of our guys that went to NFT NYC last year, they met you in person. So shout out Schiller in the chat right now. I
Yeah,
think he definitely linked up with you. Maybe
Steven
some of
Schill.
our other boys, Harry, maybe JVB. But yeah, so some of those guys have met you in person. So we've been on that name tag wave, a lot of us. But there's a lot of people who also either they haven't heard about name tag, or maybe they're not convinced that it's something that they would necessarily need, or like why would they want to get a name tag. But hopefully, you know, we can give them some information a day and just help them make a better decision about that. So can you tell us just a little bit about yourself, and then how you started working with name tag?
Sure, man. So, yeah, my name is Christian Vasquez. Most folks call me Quez. I got started with name tag by basically being a very early mentor. I am not. I know on the label it says that I'm a founder, but I'm truthfully I came on very early to the team. I was a big believer in the project. I thought that it could. I thought it was handling an issue that I resonated with deeply. And at that time, what it was all about was provable username ownership. It was wild to me that on any major platform that you use, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, you name it, you read anywhere in the terms of services, it'll very clearly highlight that for usernames, hey, like we're the major platform, we do not view your username as anything else other than a string of text. And you know, to the person that goes on Twitter and talks about the latest TopShot drop, or the newest shoes that just got dropped, or something of the sort, like, okay, I can see why maybe your username doesn't mean that much, but can you say this to Nike? Can you say that to Dr. Disrespect? Can you say that to Beyonce, Champagne Papi, these individuals who simply by association of their handle, you know who they are. It's brand recognition, equity, ownership, right? Like, I just thought it was it was just crazy for me to think about that. So as I start exploring this world of NFTs, of Web3, I'm thinking, you know, like, what else can an NFT do? And when I came across Nametag, I was blown away. I was blown away at the fact that it was a way to prove that I now own this string of text. And as someone who takes a lot of pride in this thing right here, that little handle that you're looking at, it just captured me. It captured me, and I became a very, very big believer. I ended up joining the team early because the team felt that maybe it comes across as we speak, but I love talking with people. I love to communicate. And I think that I have a really unique opportunity to think about where technology meets human behavior. What is it that people find important about their identity? What is it that you want to share? What is it that you want people to know about you? And how is it that we could use Nametag to better illustrate those things across platforms? Whether that be, I mean, you know, we're using, I would say, predominantly Twitter and Discord as it pertains to, you know, conversations around Web3, but like, what happens when we want to take it to Twitch or to YouTube or to Reddit? You know, can we take all that information and keep it with you everywhere that you go? Keep your followers with you everywhere that you go. And yeah, so a little bit of a long-winded answer.
But
cool.
So you said kind of two things that I kind of wanted to touch on is one, especially with the rise of the digital landscape and social media and gaming and YouTubers and stuff. A lot of them, they didn't use their real name, right? They didn't use their government name. And I'm kind of representing a brand right now, like on my shirt, 100 Thieves. And most people know, like, a lot of people may not be able to say his full name, right? The founder, like Matthew Haig, but they know him as Nadeshot. And you can guarantee, like, he's spent a lot of money protecting that name, Nadeshot, and where that's being able to be used and what products that go on and stuff. And so I think that easily transfers over into the world of Web3 and NFTs, and being able to, you know, everything's like validated and verified on that blockchain, and it's like a single source of truth. Sure, like another app can come up and offer you a name, but it's in terms of like how wide that scope is. What's the scope of that breadth? Like, how far do they integrate? What offerings do they have, and what value do they bring behind that? Because a lot of viewers could say, like, oh, so that's kind of like ENS, right? Well, sure. ENS at the time, and even when like Nametag came out, like ENS, sure, like that's the OG kind of offering something like this, but it's very shallow, right? It was more like, hey, you can send ETH to somebody via their ENS, or maybe you can log into certain dApps and then see your username, right? But that was about, for the most part, the extent of what they were known for. Whereas Nametag, like, they came off right off the bat to where now you can, and we'll go into, we'll touch on it a little bit later, but you can do so much more than that with the Nametag. And then ENS is more only Web3 focused, whereas like Nametag is kind of that hybrid. They realize we're not going to do everything on Web3. There's going to be a mixture of Web2 and Web3 platforms, and we want to be everywhere where you guys are. So.
That's right. And I think you highlighted a very excellent point, and this is probably one of the things I get asked about very often is like, you know, what are some of the differentiating factors? Like, isn't ENS already doing this? And a few things. I think that a lot of people are very, and Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this all the time, but a lot of people are just obsessed with or. That the world is about or. It's ENS or Nametag, and I'd really like to invite this conversation of and. I think that both can live harmoniously. I mean, hell, we're already actively working on some integrations to adopt ENS infrastructure as well. I mean, they have a brilliant product in terms of their reverse resolution feature, which is what you mentioned earlier, right? That you can rename your wallet address to, you know, Quez.eth or something of the sort. And we think that's brilliant, you know, and we think those things should be celebrated. But as you mentioned, they are very much super Web3 focused. And I'd like to, you know, coming from a background in corporate, I worked in tech sales for a long time in a big tech company. And one of the things that I discovered the hard way is as much as you want your clients to be using all of this new shiny stuff here, they're over here. They're using legacy software. This is where they're at today. And I think that the exact same notion exists as it pertains to the platforms you use in Web 2 versus where we're headed in Web 3. I mean, look at where we're having this interview on Twitch. Right? We're not on Decentraland. We're not in Sandbox. And that's not to knock any of those. Those platforms are brilliant as well. But we're not there yet, right? So how do we take what we use every single day today, things that we find valuable, and bring all of that cool shiny stuff over? I think Nametag is the one that's really focused on bridging that. So.
Yeah. And you mentioned you mentioned your background kind of in tech, and I wanted to ask about that too. Like, are you working? Is Nametag now your full-time thing? Are you still kind of transitioning a little bit, or are you doing a little bit of both Web 2 and Web 3, or kind of what's your background and how's that transition to how your role with Nametag now as well?
Sure. So I have a background in software engineering, and I spent the last 3 years working as a basically a solutions engineer in IBM. I spent 3 years there, and I actually focused predominantly in the gaming and esports industry. So I thought about how software solutions could be utilized in that industry. I worked with a lot of guys like 100 Thieves and Optic Gaming, Team Liquid. I've worked with Epic, Riot, and basically thinking about how IBM could support those solutions, or excuse me, those businesses, because gaming and esports is a proper business. And again, Jeremy, I see you rocking that 100 Thieves, man. That's real.
For sure.
Don't give him any reason to talk about 100 Thieves.
They hate when I gas it up. They hate when I gas up the boys, but
nah, I love them deeply.
Yo, Harry Swan, thanks for the sub, 4 months in a row. Appreciate you. So you worked at IBM, you're a solutions engineer. You come up. When did you get introduced to NFTs? Just briefly, like how you didn't just stumble across Nametag. Like what got you in the game, and then how did you find Nametag?
Yeah, man, January 2021, and I think this is like the awakening era for a lot of people. TopShot was introduced to me. It was
shocker.
Yeah, shock.
I'm pretty sure we all started at TopShot, right? January, February, same time frame.
But like looking back, I had always known about crypto, and in fact I'd been involved since about 2017. But I was a broke ass college. And by the way, I'm sorry if I can't curse, but
you're good.
You're good.
But I was a broke college student. I had $20 to my name at most during the university days, and I wasn't necessarily investing in crypto. But even then, it's like I didn't take the time to really look into what it could do, what it was for. And it wasn't until I basically didn't own that much because I didn't know what I could do with it. And it wasn't until I discovered TopShot, which even though it was using fiat at that time, it was like, oh, you can own this thing digitally and you can prove that you own it. That's pretty cool. I love sports, big basketball guy. Shout out Miami Heat, even though I'm heartbroken that we're out of the race, but it is what it is.
Go Celts.
But yeah, man, that's where the whole journey started. I basically then about 4 or 5 months later learned about Nametag, where they released in May 13th, 2021. Was there on day one mint, still holding a lot of my day one mints, of course, and really about 2 months after that, so heading into July now, started taking a more formal more active role in Nametag, and ended up working a total of really 3 jobs. My day job, working kind of community side of Nametag, and then I also ran my own esports organization on the side for about 9 months. I officially left my day job about a month ago, and am fully immersed in the world of Web3.
Congrats.
Hey yo, chat. Hey yo, can we get some emotes going on?
Run that shit up. Come on,
turn me up. In the chat.
The wagmies. So you mentioned that you joined the team of Nametag. So what does the team for Nametag look like? How many members are there on the actual team itself? And how has that grown since the initial launch of Nametag?
Yeah, man. I would say the founding team was very small initially. It was really just 2 guys and a few developers that one of the founders had, I guess you could say, kind of contracted. Since then,
So Apple.
I'm sorry.
So Apple.
So
right,
Apple
it was 2 guys.
Yeah.
It was 2
So
guys and a couple friends.
Yeah, straight up, man. I mean, but those are how a lot of great stories get started, right? It's just
Absolutely.
like an idea and saying fuck it, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, started with just a small team. We now have about a core team of 5 total, and then we've expanded our development team to about 15. So we're about a total of about 20 or so employees that are full-time focused on Nametag. Pretty sick, man. Come a long way.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, that's no joke of a team size there. So you guys have to be building. You guys have to be working. I know that y'all aren't wasting all those resources. Could you tell? So I know some of the chat probably already went ahead and looked at the site, whether they're familiar, they're not familiar. But one of the big questions in the Nametag collection is what's the difference between the Genesis collection and then the stuff that's coming out today?
Sure. A great story to quickly state. When we launched on May 13th, we were following kind of this track of like what had been being released before, which was, you remember, 10K, right? Like 10K NFTs. And as we're going through, we're going through wave 1, we're going through wave 2, and we're like, we're talking about being the universal naming standard of the internet. How the fuck are we gonna do that with 10K?
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
Not enough. It doesn't scale.
So we were like, all right, like this is an issue. We had already released the first 5K. We're not gonna, and those are our early supporters, right? Like those are the people that really believed in us at the jump, and gave us the launch pad to be where we are today. So we declared them as that Genesis collection, and those are the individuals that we're looking to like really serve as much as we can. Like, but it's very much kind of a long-term idea that when we do fully decentralize, when we do fully make like any partnership that we might get with certain folks, that any benefit that's going to those 5K, like whoever holds those initial 5K tokens are for them. The general collection and the Genesis functionally operate the exact same way. You have the same exact access to features. Anything that you can do on a general, you can do on a Genesis, and vice versa. It's just that the Genesis is very much the creme de la creme. We're just trying to take care of those folks a lot.
Okay, so those are the OGs. You kind of want to like feed more benefits to that way, kind of like long term, but not necessarily like change the entire game for them. Right.
That's right. No, I don't think that would make sense.
Okay.
I don't know if that would make sense because then it's like almost like a favoritism kind of thing too, right? It's like, hey, like all these folks are getting, like, we're building features that we think everyone should have access to.
I think it's a tough balance for a lot of collections. So I don't think that somebody's come up with a perfect answer. But one of the ways that we can take advantage of NFTs and blockchain is to recognize those who were early on, right? Like we can prove it without needing them to prove it, or even knowing who they are, right? If I'm a Genesis holder, you don't even have to know my name. You don't have to know, my address, anything like that. Versus in the Web 2 world, like I would have to get somebody to sign up to receive those types of benefits, right? And then here in Web 3, you just take a snapshot, crunch the numbers, do whatever. But all that data is available to us, and you can reward those OG holders and those early supporters. So it's like we should take advantage of that. We should do it, but to what extent, right?
Right. And those are the things that we're going to continue exploring. I tell people all the time that the team is not perfect, and we do not aim to be perfect, but we do aim to do things right by our community, by our holders. And like, I just feel like that's the most that you could ever promise anybody, right? It's like, I'm going to give it my best shot kind of deal.
Yeah. I mean, and not to go off too much of a tangent or anything, but like Bored Apes, for example, for their ape coin, right? It doesn't matter if you held an ape on day one, if you minted an ape, bought an ape day one, or bought an ape the day before ApeCoin released to claim, right? And everybody got the same benefits. So far, Bored Apes have done pretty much, I don't want to say nothing. You have gotten benefits over time, but they've done nothing directly to like say, okay, these are OG supporters. These are OG guys. Here's what we're going to do for them, right? And so they've done nothing. Now, obviously, we've got the airdrops for the serums, the claims for the dogs, whatnot. But that's just kind of like a point in time. So even before the serums came, you didn't have to be an OG. You could buy the day before the serums airdropped. So yeah, projects are going about it many different ways. I don't think that there's a perfect answer. It's just you have to do like what you said perfectly is just right by your community. You just got to get their vibes and know what they're kind of asking for.
That's right. It's all a learning process, really. I mean, I think that's what most people, at least that are here right now, could agree with is, hey, like, I don't know everything about what's going on. I'm still learning just as much as you are. I'm human just like you are, and you know, if I make mistakes, I'm gonna do right to alleviate those things, mitigate situations, and you know, just push on forward, man. That's as good as we could do.
Yo, we're learning. Shout out Zagabon.
Shout out.
So, go ahead to tell us about the seed round the seed round phase, and also the 30 million valuation right now.
Yeah, man. That was a crazy time to be around, and we ended up raising with Continue Capital. They gave us our first seed round. They were our first like lead investor. Yeah, make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. But again, like all of that really just like as I mentioned, right? We had a small team, and we've now expanded to 20. A lot of that is just been getting more people to help us build stuff. Like,
right.
And hell, like one of the interesting things about being in the kind of utility side of the NFT world is there's no, people have like this misconception that, oh, okay, just secured the bag. Wait till you hear about what's coming next. Anyway,
leaks.
Yeah. Quick leaks, but a lot of people have this expectation of how NFTs are supposed to operate, and I think they look at the PFP model as the way, right? And as you mentioned, right, like we use Bored Apes as an example, and I think they're icons in their own right. But look, what do they do, right? Like I often say that the image is the least interesting thing about the NFT. Like, what is, I can't help but want to know, what is an NFT unlock for you? What kind of new dynamics are at play because of tokenization, because of provable ownership? Like, and hell, when we talk about this notion of decentralization, I think even that is a spectrum. Not everything has to be totally decentralized, especially not if you want things to actually happen.
It's one of those buzzwords that people love to throw around, decentralization. It's just throw it out there without actually understanding what that actually means. And you need a little bit of both, right? At least for now. Yeah.
I think when you listen,
what they want, but they think they want decentralization. You take OpenSea for example, and then people steal their stuff, hack their stuff, fish their stuff, and then what they're crying out to support, right? Support's not there in the full decentralization, right? It's like it's got to be a hybrid.
Or call the Ethereum hotline right now. Like, no, bro.
Like, Talib, what's up?
Yeah, holla at me, bro. No, but like, and I'll say for anyone who's viewing here, if you're ever being pitched a project or you're listening to something, take away the buzzwords, take away decentralization, take away tokenomics, NFTs, and community, take away all of that shit. And if the product still sounds good, then it's a good product. And if it doesn't sound that great, you've heard everything you needed to hear, hopefully. So but yeah, man,
I mean, that's dope. No, I'm just happy for you guys. When obviously the seed announcement was a little while ago now in NFT terms, but you know, it's a big deal. It kind of validates the product, validates where you guys are headed and what you had in that roadmap for these investors. So I'm glad to know that you guys got the bag, but you're still building and you're using those resources responsibly. So again, in this community, we're kind of, we don't like additional hoops or things to go through, and hopefully we're staying safe for the most part. And why I bring that up is Nametag does have the browser extension, right? And so a lot of people are kind of cautious to download that or to use that, especially because in a way it is like tied to our wallet, right? But not in the extension itself. We're not connecting inside the extension. We're not signing anything, but still it's in a way connected to our wallet, and it is an extension in our browser. So what do you have to say to the people who are just like, no, I'm not downloading that. They're gonna hack my apes, whatever I have in my wallet, my MFers. What do you have to say to them?
I understand where you come from. I think you're absolutely right for being precautious, and I hope to do right by your means for security. To elaborate, to clarify, the name tag extension and pretty much anything about name tag has only ever and will only ever be read-only access. So name tag in no way, shape, or form has any control over your NFTs. Whenever you sign with anything that has to do on the site, it is unless it's minting the NFT, like the respective name tag NFT. But as it pertains to any of the assets in your wallet, it is only read access, and we use that as a way to basically bring in all of your NFTs across multiple wallets. The extension, even as you download it, is basically saying like, hey, does this person have an NFT? We read, oh yeah, he does, or excuse me, a name tag. Yeah, he does. Cool. All right, let's use the extension to act as that overlay over their username, and then let's bring in. Do they have wallets attached? Oh, they do. Cool. Let's attach all of the NFTs that they have from multiple wallets across chains, and then showcase that on Twitter. Or again, we're a little bit more alpha. We're also coming out to Twitch here very soon. So
yo,
yeah.
Okay.
I've been waiting for that.
There we go.
Yo, I know that was in one of your blogs, and that had me hyped. I know YouTube and Twitch was on there, so I've been waiting for Twitch integration because, I mean, again, like I think you guys are in such a good spot to kind of be one of those huge bridge players in terms of bringing over the gaming and esports side to the Web3 world. Because, I mean, you take, I'm totally Gumbo here in the chat. Like those are their usernames. That's probably what they use in game. Actually, I know what Mtoli uses in game, and it's not appropriate for Twitch. But let's just assume that he uses Mtoli. Like he's gonna want to bring that over into this world, right? And name tag does that for him. So
I wrote a blog a long time ago about what identity means, or at least to me what it means. And the gaming world, like pretty much any gamer, I feel like is a perfect example of like resonating with this other identity, this other tag that I use. And all I know is that when I go out into the world of Warzone and I'm decimating all of my enemies, I want people to know, yes, it was Quez.
It was Quez.
He destroyed you.
He teabagged me.
Yeah, get wrecked, kid. Like I don't know. I'm a big believer in owning that, and because that's who I am. That's who I identify with. I am Quez, and especially when these headphones come on, and this shit is in my hand. Ooh, boy, you better be ready.
I mean, we won't dive into it, but we did hear a little something else from our guy Gumbo Curry in the chat. He said he ran into you in a COD lobby one time. It was Warzone. He said he put you in the backpack, but well,
say cap, bro. Say cap. Hey, I might have been lit. If it was a Friday night, I might have just been like a little, vibing a little bit. But
are you gonna bring that controller to NYC or what?
I mean, I don't know. Are there gaming events like that?
I think a couple of people are, but yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to get him on the stick sometimes. Check out, if the name tag guys has what it takes. So not too long ago, you guys announced the name tag Discord tool, and that's another thing, right? Like another. First of all, people are kind of losing trust in Discord, right? All the hacks happening and the phishing attempts and the malicious attack vectors. So you guys come out with the Discord tool. It's great, but also at the same time, it's somewhat bad timing, but there's never going to be a good time, really. Can you tell us more about the Discord tool, more about how you guys have ensured that that's safe for other communities to adopt, and then what the Discord tool does? Like, Nametag is a web app. It's an extension. Like, why do I need a Discord bot?
Wonderful question, man. So yeah, perhaps you're noticing that Nametag is kind of jumping into this space of like a toolbox, even, and that's one of the big areas that we're looking to occupy. So we noticed that a lot of people are on Twitter, right? We got that Twitter extension working. We noticed a lot of people are on Discord. We put that Discord bot out. What does the bot do? It is supposed to mitigate a lot of the attack vectors that exist for verification and role binding. So whenever I join a new Discord server, let's say I'm an Atom Bomb Squad holder. I join the server and I have to sign up for Collabland. The current flow is that I click on their the link. It's either send me a DM or it sends me some kind of link, and I have to click that. I'm now leaving this application that I had entered to go somewhere else. I cannot verify whether that other thing is legit. I had to sign it, do whatever. Like now I've signed that transaction.
Yeah,
I get
each
brought
time.
back to the server, and boom, here I am. I should have my roles now. What we decided to do was, there's got to be a way for us to automatically authenticate and verify your holdings based on like just at the moment that you join, and that's very much what the Discord tool does. So just by having your name tag integrated with Discord, this has been an integration that we've had for a long time, and this has been battle tested and like audited heavily as well. But I'd be more than happy to provide some further information there for your viewers or readers to check out after as well. But what happens is people join if their name tag is already integrated with Discord. They are automatically assigned the roles, and even based on counts and traits, given new roles. So it's adding another layer of modularity,
Modularity, maybe, I don't know.
right? Customizability
Yeah.
of a server. So right now, I joined, like, if I, for example, we're in Not Your Bro, we're in Shonen Junk, we're in a few servers. I'm trying to think like the easiest example. I feel like most of your viewers are probably Bored Ape viewers. So let's say in the case
they don't
of
got it like that.
Nah, damn, yo, you just called y'all bro.
They just live vicariously through us, you know.
Yeah.
Nice. The spirits, bro. In the case of Bored Ape, right? So one of the things we notice is that there's a lot of sub communities within the Bored Ape yacht community. There's the Trippy
cheetahs,
there's the cheetahs, right? There's the
Cheetah
DMT, all like all of this stuff.
no, DMTs. We
don't talk about DMT. All right, my bad. I'm uneducated, you know. But like right now with Collab Land, you're unable to make roles based on traits. With the Discord tool, with the name tag Discord tool, you absolutely can. And we do this because we're reading directly off of the metadata of the contract. So imagine you join and you own a Trippy Fur. Yeah. Not only do you get your layer 1 Bored Ape holder role, but you also get layer 2 Trippy Fur group. That's right. Awesome. And then like you can have access to those specific channels. Like if you like, assuming the server owner wants to do this kind of, you know, very in-depth, you know, highly customizable server, but you can basically have that kind of role immediately assigned to you and immediately revoked the moment that you sell, because name tag is the one that's communicating all of that information. So a long-winded answer again, but.
Well, I mean, no, that's a great answer. And what I like, we'll break down a few things, is that you gave the example of Collabland. And a lot of people, we trust Collabland. We can even verify URL is safe, whatever. But we still have to sign in each time. We have to sign that message each time. Hey, yes, we do own this wallet. And then therefore, you know, that NFT is owned by this wallet. So we own this NFT. And then via name tag, like one crazy thing is that you said is that because your wallet's already like connected to your name tag, and then your name tag is connected to your Discord, without having to go to an external link, without having to sign again, if you own that NFT and that server has the role set up, you will automatically get those roles, be assigned those roles, no additional step.
Bingo.
Right? So
that's right.
I mean, it's not really about the time saved. It's really about, you know, reducing those degrees of of risk, right?
Of attack vectors.
They exist. Vectors. So,
yeah. And let me tell you, man, these attackers are getting really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
I mean, you could scan or like fish the whole Collabland site, right? They could build it,
right,
you know, word for word, pixel for pixel. And so now through this, you get to avoid all of that. So
that's right.
That's one cool thing. And then the trait role assignment or whatever else, any aggregate thing that you want is it's not necessary. There's not a lot of people doing it. It is not necessarily crazy innovative, but what the thing is that the way it's been done so far is custom, and you have to trust that whatever is being done on the back end is safe and correct, right? There's not a big brand doing it. There's not a big team doing it necessarily, right? It's just kind of these lone wolf devs or a small team of devs. And then now, so name tag, I feel like would be the biggest team or the biggest product out there offering that to communities turnkey. So that's another big thing. Uh, there's one more thing I wanted to call out, but it just slipped my mind. But I'm super impressed by it. What do Discord communities? So Atom Bomb Squad, this and that. Like, what do they have to do to get this Discord bot in their server?
Very easy. The only thing we need from those folks, if they're interested, and this could be anybody, if you're interested in using the Discord tool, you can either DM the NameTag Twitter account, you can DM me, or my other partnership lead, which is Trending 824. I have 11 name tags. Am I winning? Damn right you are. Hell yeah, yo, flex, man, big flex.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got caught up there, but the only thing you have to do is send us a DM with the following information: the wallet that you'd like to be the administrator account. So this is probably the server owner or the community manager. We can also support multiple admins if you'd like, which I actually do recommend. But anyway, then we also just need the server ID. You can find that by clicking on the server settings and then scroll going all the way to the bottom, and it should say copy ID.
Yeah.
You send that and then your Discord point of contact, just so that way we can communicate with you and get you set up. 1, 2, 3, you're done.
That's dope, man. I'm excited for the adoption to be ramped up on that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good thing for you guys too, because it's like another step in the door into that name tag ecosystem, right? Maybe that community, maybe 2% of them have a name tag. And I'm not no shade, I'm just saying, like, a community who's not educated or informed yet, right? So it's maybe 2% of them have it, but then they hear about this cool Discord bot, right? That can allow them more customization and roles and benefits, right? Because a role isn't just a little title. It can be, and people love that. People love when their name changes different color, they have a certain icon. But if you can start rewarding those traits, like Moonbirds is a trait powered collection. And right now they don't necessarily have the channels broken down by traits. And I'm not saying it's only channels, but you can do more now. Like, you can have a game night just for magician hats. You can have a giveaway thing for just crowns, or whatever trait you want. So that's where the real kind of benefits and power get to. So yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Could I just take what you just said one step further?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, would love that.
I think even the discoverability aspect, the understanding of who some of your standout members are in Discord and on Twitter are also something worth checking out. If I may trouble either one of you gentlemen to share your screen, I'd love to show you what we just released last night, which is if you go to name tag, right there, you click on community actually.
Yeah.
And then what you'll see here is our spaces.
Yes, sir.
And what you're gonna take a look at is that these are all communities that are that we support via name tag. And it's not to say that all of them are using the Discord bot, but asking questions about who some of the most influential holders are, who some of the most recently joined individuals are, most active users in the Discord, who's putting on for the community the most, that maybe you didn't know was putting on in the way that they are. So like you see here, Mr. Schiller, right? He's the big dog. But
yeah, he is. He knows a lot about the space.
No, I love him, man. Every time I talk to him, he's always a cool ass dude. But like, the discoverability aspect is also another area that we're really diving into, and we think that we can make this we can have very valuable insights and data for server owners to do something with. You talked about how Moonbirds is a trait powered collection. I mean, but what about just unsung heroes in general? There's one right there, Mr. Jeremy.
There's Jeremy, there's BSB, there's Tagline. We're all right there. Let's go.
There you go. A lot, yeah. There's Tagline right here. Yo, big family out here, man. But like, to think about, hey, like, Jeremy's been showing up on Twitter for Bored Apes, or he's been showing up in the Discord and being the person that is like welcoming new members, and this, like, can I reward those individuals for the behaviors that they're exhibiting that aligns to the values of my community, of my project at least? And again, like, we are supporting about 29 at the moment, always looking to grow. So if you are out there in the chat and you're interested in seeing one of your favorite communities on there, again, let us know. We'd be more than happy to the support.
So we have a question here in the chat. Will the data ever be used to profit from it? I know this is so there's data that kind of not exposes, but is attached to user information or like personal information. It's non-aggregated. It's non like hidden or masked in any way. So that's one subset of data. And then you have another set of data that's kind of like aggregate. Like we can say, now I'm pretty sure with this API or with this tool you built, you can say, okay, well, the Moonbirds wallets who have name tags have a collection or collective of 21,039 ETH, right? Or they own these NFTs, or they have this many transactions among them. But yeah, so I think the question here is like, will the personalized data ever be used to profit from?
No, but also yes. And I will not reveal my hand, but what I will say is that I think people can finally own their data, and if they choose to share it, they should get paid for it.
So are name tag owners able to see like what data that the platform has of them, or like which ones they're allowed to maybe share with other companies?
So just to clarify, it wouldn't be name tag selling data to other people.
Yeah.
And I want to just make sure I'm using my words very carefully here, but like we would want holders of name tag, whatever they want to share, to ensure that they get paid for sharing that. They get paid, the holders.
Got it.
So
Cool.
I know that's a bit elusive, but
Well,
I just don't want to
remember-
reveal my hand. So
I remember super early on, and we're not gonna like dive into it because I know it's probably not ready, or it may have gotten scrapped at some time. But I remember early on, you guys had some platform, some tool, some dashboard for influencers to be able to see their kind of their reach into that social media world, and to see how all the paths are crossing and what they're connected to. So again, like that did look pretty cool. I hope some version of that comes out later on for not only influencers but also projects, right? For projects to be able to see that is probably invaluable. And I know Spaces is an iteration of that, but I know you guys probably have a lot more in stores. So
that's right. Jeremy, if I could kiss you on the forehead, man, I would. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Get in line.
Thanks,
right?
man. Thanks.
Get in line.
There's a lot of people that want to line up to kiss Jeremy on the forehead.
So kind of rapid fire some of these. A lot of our social media presence is done on mobile, and obviously I can't get name tag extension on mobile device. Well, if maybe on Android somehow, but what is the experience? What's the plan for the experience of name tag on mobile?
A proper mobile app from name tag.
Hey yo.
Yeah, a proper. Yeah, that's maybe a bit of a bomb, but a proper app and a lot of really cool dynamics that are opening up as a result of that. Man, I don't know who's watching, so I like I said, I like somebody will be like, fucking start like writing up some stuff.
Hey, yo, Christian got fired on stream today. Let's go.
Getting a call right now, like, yo, what are you doing? Like,
no, but people could probably safely assume that, because again, like, at this point, it's probably 60, 70, 80% of all like web interactions are on mobile, right? And especially the social experience. So it's kind of a given. We had to assume that like name tag would be bringing that out at some time. But then the question goes to like, what does that look like? What can we do on it? What are the benefits of it? What platforms are they integrated with already? How can we meet new followers and whatnot? So that's going to be the real alpha. So to say like an app is coming, like we absolutely love to hear that, but don't fight Christian about that. But
if you make my screen bigger, I will share one tiny thing that people could probably play back 100 times over. But
your screen or what?
No, like if you like my because I'm gonna show you something here on my camera.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, it's probably not the cleanest, but. Receive, right?
Transfer. These are all name tag, like name tag.
these are notifications
Okay.
on people you like trading,
Oh,
on
okay. I got it.
what
I got
people
it.
are doing, you receiving new name tags.
Yeah.
Anyone you're interested in knowing about what they do, what their trades are like. Ooh, imagine
That's
being
dope.
notified about that. So yeah, man, we got a lot of cool stuff coming out, bro. Like it's like I said, the team has not reached this size for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to say that I'm not here to tell you that we're the fastest group to release products day in, day out, but we take a lot of pride in making things that we think people will find value in. So yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't let you finish. That's my bad. But I did want to just touch. I think you touched on it. You kind of referenced it a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to give you the opportunity to say like what happened the other day in the Discord in terms of the malicious
compromise
attempt there, right? And
yeah,
then, like,
man.
I just wanted to give you a chance to tell the people, give them an answer for what happened
Yeah,
and what you guys did.
100%. The server was briefly compromised, and what had happened there was one of the founders had fallen for a social engineering attack. I told you earlier on this interview, these guys are getting really, really good.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you are part of a group, get a cold admin account. If you don't know what that is, look up John_HQ. He will walk you through what to do. In a nutshell, what had happened, I wrote a debrief on it, but I'll do it again. At about 1:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had gotten one of the founders' accounts compromised. That account ended up spending, like the compromised account spent about 15 minutes setting up for the attack. At 1:29 a.m., there was the initiation of the attack, and he did that by kicking all of the leads, all of the founders, all of the mods, everybody. At 1:33, we're all notified that this is like actively going on. By 1:36, we log into a cold administrator account, which again, if you don't know what that is, I highly recommend. Like, Discord security is so important. But at 1:36 a.m., we are able to mitigate the entire attack and resolve it in like basically 7 minutes, from 1:29 to 1:36. Deleted all messages, deleted all bots from the attacker, anything that the links, anything that he had put up. We were able to get rid of in basically 7 minutes flat. And that is because even though we were all kicked out, we had one account that sits above absolutely everything. It's like the true administrator account, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And because that's only accessible by a totally different device, like it's one that none of our accounts are attached to, we're able to take control of the server right back. And again, like when you see these attacks happen, because these attacks are, they do not discriminate. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, how big of a project you are, but like if you do not have good Discord security practices, they will come after you. They will take control of your server, and damages will be had. We're very, very, very grateful, very lucky to say that no one, that we haven't noticed that anyone has gotten their wallet strained. We haven't noticed any damages. We haven't noticed any people that lost their assets. So we think we're pretty quick, pretty responsive. As far as I'm concerned, I think we're the fastest response time in the space, like 7 minutes flat. But the better record to hold would be not getting attacked at all. And how do you avoid things like that? Cold administrator accounts. So that was a bit of a rapid fire.
No, yeah, thank you for the answer. And then for anybody who wanted to just recap what he said, he made a thread the other day about what happened, and then the changes that they put into place, or how they're going to prevent this going forward. And then just wanted you to give a shout out to the guy again. What's his Twitter account that you said?
John_HQ, JON_HQ.
JON_HQ. So if you guys wanted to find out more and just keep yourself safe, like we preach this almost every time we're on stream. Stay safe. Don't click links. Don't be first. Keep your valuable stuff in a cold wallet, or take some, just whatever. Just don't be dumb, right?
Well, I mean, see, but like it's not don't be dumb. It's more so like it could happen to anybody. First of all, again, we're all human.
Don't make dumb
right?
mistakes.
We're all like, we are bound to make mistakes. It is what it is. So knowing that we're bound to make the mistakes, let's make sure that we set up the necessary measures to avoid falling into those pitfalls. So be skeptical, ask 100,000 questions. If you're ever unsure, there's no such thing. I'm a big believer that there's no such thing as a dumb question. I can't stand that.
You
I can't
haven't met
stand.
Gokina.
Yeah, listen, so some of our followers, I don't know.
Ah, man. But if you, what I'm trying to say is like, if you don't know, ask somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look, I got this link. I don't know what to think. What do you think about it? Like, you ask your peers, ask those around you. You don't have someone to ask, slide in my DMs, bro. Hopefully with a cute picture or a selfie. But whatever you do, ask first. Be safe and protect yourselves out there, man. Because these scammers are nuts, man. They're so good. They're getting so good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys. I mean, 7 minutes. That's quick. I mean, I can't think of any, like, I'm pretty sure every Project Discord that has been around for more than a couple months now has been compromised at some point. And a lot of them, it's funny to watch, like, how long it takes them to actually, get it back in control. Usually I find it entertaining because I know it's a hack, and so I'm not going to fall for it. So I'm just watching the announcements channel where you just see a battle between the attacker and the mod, just like delete post. It's just like this constant battle, and usually I give my popcorn and listen. But shout out to you guys for that 7 minutes. That's huge. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we're very grateful. A huge shout out to Dopamine. That guy is just he's our tech lead and a menace behind the keyboard.
Yeah, he's nice with it.
Damn right. You know him.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to knock off some of these, like, what other Web 2 platforms are you guys looking to integrate with? Which ones have you agreed on? Maybe leaks. I don't know what you can or cannot say. I know you've already told us Twitch. Can you tell us about the timeline of that, along with the first part of the question?
I can't reveal timeline only because we're in the nature of the project is such that we think that this is the best thing to do, and then suddenly we get a new piece of information and it's like, wait, we should do this instead. Yeah. So it changes. But as for sure integrations that we're working on that I can share, yes, I've already shared Twitch, YouTube, Reddit. For my gamers out there, I'm also going to share the following: Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. We're trying to figure out, but certainly on the list. And what was the other half of that question?
Well, no, it was just a thing where I didn't know which ones you were allowed to say. So maybe are there undisclosed ones? You can say, like, maybe how many? 1, 2, 3.
I won't share undisclosed ones, but the ones I just listed that are gaming centric and then creator centric. That's a whole nother area that personally I think Nametag could help a lot. Those influencers, the videographers, the YouTubers, the streamers, like owning your stuff, man. We talk about what NFTs are capable of doing, and like having provable ownership of your shit, like that is a big deal. And anything that we could do to help bring that either to life or to scale, to have like an infinite amount of people to interact with it in meaningful ways and new dynamic ways that existing Web 2 platforms usually kind of take for themselves. We'd like to bring that to y'all. So
kind of another follow-up question outside of these Web 2 platforms. In NFTs and our online identities is predominantly right now on the Ethereum blockchain, but there still are communities and other people out there on different blockchains. You look at Solana, Flow, Tezos. Do you guys have any plans to integrate on another blockchain?
So we are
yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're currently live with ETH and Solana. So we support both of those chains. We are working on Polygon, Tezos, and then Counterparty as well for all my rare Pepe people out there. Yeah, and then I know Avalanche is on that list, and yeah, I mean that's
cool.
So a few things we're working on, like Dwayne Wade. I don't know if you guys like Dwayne Wade. You got a few tricks out the bag. So
for sure, absolutely. I mean, he's washed now, but
Nah, don't say that.
Miami fan.
This is my house.
So one thing a lot of people might want to know too is when Nametag token. When's it coming out?
I hear it. I know.
Yeah, yo.
Fuck. Man, I'm not gonna say soon, but
All right.
I will say.
Are you here to hear first? Quest said never, so
No,
stop
not
asking.
never either. But like, there's 2 more phases that we have to finish, and once those are done, then it makes sense. I'm a bit like people that release tokens just for the sake of releasing them and then dump them immediately after, like the community that usually dumps it immediately after, is because they don't find any actual value outside of monetary implications of it.
Yeah,
we have been working for a long time about a very meaningful way. Again, I talked earlier about getting paid for your data, like meaningful ways to have this token mean something to you, to do things with it. It's not just about a token's out there and then all right, that's it. Like it's the token that is associated with name tag. It's like, no, it's like I have this token and holy shit, I can do this with it, XYZ. I should probably earn it or hold it, or if I am gonna sell it, like that's it might even be at a cost to me.
Yeah.
So like maybe it won't be in my benefit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
Right.
So soon, but not soon.
Give
at
us
the
a way
right
to
time.
use it.
When the universe
Okay.
says that it's coming, that's when it comes.
Yeah, we take
Dope.
that.
We'll
So,
take those.
Huddle Hill mentioned earlier that they've got 11 name tags. Is there any function coming soon that we're able to rent out any extra name tags to people that don't really have name tags and they don't really want to purchase a full name tag on their own? Is there a way to utilize our extras that we may own?
Right now, a lot of those extras are gonna just be gateways for extra allocation of said token. So the more you own, the more you'll get paid, so to speak. So yeah, I see my man fucking Birdman, cooking
This
up.
man popping up the gem XYZ. Let's send it.
Yeah. But that's actually a really good idea in terms of renting out. That's we haven't explored that. So good idea.
I'll send the address. I'll send the address. I want to do it.
Yeah. You're right. No. Just royalties. That's what we're on here.
But no, I mean that is dope. This is one that we can probably just take a little bit more time to talk about. It's like again, taking advantage of what the blockchain and NFTs allow us to do, and something like renting out, loaning, temporary stuff, and it's all trustless. It's all smart via the smart contract. I don't have to go through a broker. I don't have to know who's on the other end of the phone, right? And this is something that the blockchain allows us to do. And so I think it would be a cool utility. And then now it just depends on the project and where they prioritize features like that, right? And so again, like Quez said, hey, that's a neat idea. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it now gets bumped up to the top of their priority list, right? To the what they introduce in the next sprint. It's that goes into the backlog, right? Gets estimated, goes through the whole team. Okay, where do we want this? How do we want it to look like? How do we want it to function? How does it fit into the tokenomics of name tag? So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And I just bring this up because a lot of goes into engineering process. A lot of us, degens, we want it now, we want it yesterday. Hey, it's a good idea. Let's do it. It doesn't mean it's going to come out tomorrow. Like you got to give these guys a chance. But just having a place of discussion like this is where we can get those points of feedback and input in. So I love it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've really enjoyed this conversation. I could tell just from the opening of the show that I was gonna enjoy this chat. So yeah, it's
dope, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean we have some stuff coming out. We have some like OG wearables that we've airdropped to the supporters, to the early believers. We don't have necessarily a home Discord at the moment, so we haven't ramped up like full community, like everything else. We haven't even mentioned some of the stuff we have in the works. But yeah, NFA, a lot of guys and girls here who have been supporting us early on, and we were active, NFT traders over the entire last year, and we made really good friendships. But the thing is, we saw a lot of people get scammed. A lot of people fall for rug pulls. A lot of people do this and that. And so the reason we started NFA, for any of those who are new, it's not always or necessarily for alpha. Right, it's non-fungible alpha, but the real alpha is teaching you how to make better, smarter decisions, and then for your own. Right, it's how to be your own alpha. You'll notice that's a tagline of ours. is to be your own alpha, right? That's what we want to teach you how to do. We want to educate you, and we want to tell you how to stay safe. And yeah, that's what the channel is about. So I appreciate everybody new stopping by. Yeah, I think we have a final or a few questions left, and then that's about it. And then yeah, just want to say, thank you for the time and whatnot. I think the chat loves you, so definitely check out Nametag. We'll put up a few more links, but we'll knock out these final questions here.
I love them too.
Yeah, I think the chat likes you more than they like us now.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I think we might have a new host for NFA, but
Yeah.
I think also they wanted to definitely schedule a time like a little COD tournament or something like that. But
Yo,
yo,
coming
Nametag,
soon.
Nametag.
Yeah,
COD
so
tournament?
I'm funny you bring that up. I'm actually actively planning I guess here I am announcing it, but like I am currently planning a Nametag Warzone tournament.
Hey, you heard it here first.
Yeah, heard it right here on NFA, man. So
There you go.
but yeah, that is in the works actively as we're talking. So
That's gonna be so dope. Especially because I mean, there's product offerings that you guys could do with that too. I know of like Checkmate Gaming, Game Battles, all that stuff. There's so many apps that you guys can do with Nametag. So all right, so we got the Discord bot, we got Spaces, we got the extension. Any other products that are coming out? We've heard of the mobile app, like in the works. Anything else, or it's just too far ahead?
I would say like the mobile app is like probably the biggest focus for us right now.
Okay.
Currently in its stages of like battle testing. I kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek on what notifications might look like. And then, like I said, new dynamics that are being unlocked by following people you care about, following their trades before they ever announce anything even. So to your point, right, ways that we could utilize information from the blockchain, transactions as they occur, to give you some new insights on things that, like, what is my favorite trader, what new communities are they joining, like what are they leaving, I don't know. It's that's the big focus for us right there. And then after that, heavy on discoverability and continued integrations and more chains to try.
Tagline, you want to grab the next?
When Nametag for Safari and Firefox, man, like we are working on that. Oh my God, there's like a gazillion, like a gazillion things to do. Yes, remember earlier that you mentioned the seed round?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know that there's more after that, right?
Yeah.
Like an organization can have more rounds. That's happening.
Okay, that was one of our final questions.
That was so funny that you mentioned.
Yeah, that's literally like the next question: is any community funding round for accredited investors coming up?
Yes, and it is. We're we're almost done. We're like almost there. We're almost there. It's just one of those things of like, hey, are you cool with this? Oh no, you want that? Oh, okay, yeah. Like, so we're almost there, man. Like once that's done, then it's like wheels are back. I mean, they're still on the ground, but you know how like at a drag race, people do the burnout right before they go to. Are you signing the check for me? Nah.
I'm just signing the check right here. Hold on.
Yeah. we're just getting our burnout, getting grip on the tires, and then it's takeoff, man. That's the best analogy I'll give you.
Awesome. And then one final question we have here. So right now the theme of pretty much the NFT Twitter and NFT community right now is this big event coming up. NFT NYC, Ape Fest, all these events going on. Is Nametag hosting any event or activation at NFT and NYC that we can be looking forward to, or do you guys have anything planned?
How about this? I'll speak for Quez. I would like to. I would like to host an event, something like, kind of intimate, like a coffee shop vibe, maybe not like a big ass party or anything of that sort. I'm very big on meaningful conversations, understanding like I want to know you. I want to know what it is you're interested in. What do you hate? What do you like to see improve? What are some of the challenges you deal with as a human being even? You know, like I mentioned earlier, like pretty much at the beginning of this, I think one of the unique opportunities I have at Nametag is that I'm meshing this area of human behavior and technology, and like those are two big passions for me. You know, communication, the way it's fascinating to me that if I don't express myself well, you have no idea what's in here. I have to express myself well. So
Right.
making sure that I understand what you are saying very well, and again, understanding your challenges, your dilemmas, your all those things is I think a setting in NFT NYC that is a little bit quieter, a little bit more calm, you know, where people can just casually walk up, strike up conversations, have a coffee. You know, I mean, if you want to have a drink at 3 p.m., fuck it, you know. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, but
Yeah, just gotta, sometimes you gotta send it.
sometimes you got to send it, right? But yeah, like we're chatting, and if we announce something totally official, it will come out on the Nametag Discord and on Twitter. So be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, it's not officially official. I did see someone earlier mention Dr. Disrespect's event in NFT NYC. Yes, I'm going. The two-time back-to-back 1993, 1994 blockbuster video game champion. I can't miss that. Of course not.
Yeah, I think that was JVB that mentioned that. So shout out JVB. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely got to go to the 2-time. So what we did, we will let you add on anything else that you wanted to say, but we're feeling good, and we've actually done this before where we've given out a name tag to a random winner, but we're gonna go ahead and run it back. So I'm gonna put something in the chat right here. I'm gonna do a Twitter link right here. All you have to do, just retweet it. You don't have to tag anybody, but go ahead and follow Non-Fungible Alpha and Nametag tweets. Make sure you're following Nametag tweets as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put their Twitter in the chat as well. But retweet the tweet, follow NF Alpha and the Nametag tweets. That's all you're gonna do, and then we'll run it here in just a few minutes.
Hell yeah, love that, man.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We've been on the Nametag wave, so this is a match made in heaven. Like you can see all that back in March, like we were giving them away, and then before that we were heavy users of it. So we've been hyped for every announcement that you guys have made. Like big believers in Nametag, but I know a lot of people, again, maybe they didn't understand why do they need a name, or why do they need to download a browser extension, right? Or this or that. But I think as they get more active and like involved in the community, and they understand the value of having full ownership of your identity, and to be able to bring that around with you is invaluable. So
Jeremy, may I also ask one last favor? Could you also open a new tab and show these folks like what a gallery looks like?
Oh yeah,
I would love if we could show them mine, if that's okay.
For sure.
I low-key think I have the cleanest gallery of all time.
That one animated that you shouted out the other day, it looked pretty clean.
The Hype Molly one, right? That shit was super clean. You'll see my link right there, right on the bio.
Yeah, for some reason it got taken away. I have it on my laptop right here, but on this Brave browser it got taken away.
But like, you own a
cool
name
thing.
tag. Yeah, man, you own a name tag. Like, you can make your own highly customizable profile page, and this is like across multiple wallets, ETH and Solana. So like, again, you want folks to be able to see what it is that you own without having to attach a cold wallet to a site. Like, it's a really nice way of doing it. And also, I think I have some of the coolest art in the world. So
yeah, so one of the cool things is, obviously, like, if you know Nametag, we discussed Nametag, what it is, what it does. But one of the things that we didn't touch on, because it's a given now, if you're familiar, is the Nametag, the badges, right? The badges that come along with your collection that you'll see overlaid on Twitter or on your profile. You can immediately see if that person is a member, or choose to showcase that they're a member of a collection that they own, right? So what do we have here? Like Dead Avatars, VFriends, whatnot, Treeverse, shout out Treeverse. Who's that? Loopify?
That's Loopify, yeah.
Yeah, Loopify. Yep. And the other cool thing is, like, a lot of you guys may see the link trees, and that's cool for projects and whatnot. We get that. We get why Linktree is who they are. But at the same time, on a personal level, like, this is what you're able to do as well. Like, if you want to shout out your personal social media links or websites, portfolios, anything else like that, you can do that on Nametag. And
your new Web3 Linktree, you know?
Yeah, and you don't need an app for this, right? Like, I don't even need the name tag extension downloaded on my browser. All I need is that profile, that showcase link. And then now I can share this. I can have this bookmark on my mobile phone. If I'm hanging out with the boys, I just, send this over to them. They can see my profiles. I can show them all the cool rug pull NFTs that I just bought.
You get a QR code there too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You flip that over, that bad boy over. But
so, yeah, just wanted to show folks because I feel like, and like, by the way, you can make backgrounds. Like you could put your own background because sometimes people just have like the blank, like black default background. You can really spice these up. So yeah. Go nuts.
Oh, ABS link is now live. Dope, man. So you're gonna be in NFT NYC. I know you're not gonna do an event, or you're not planning a major event, but are you gonna be there yourself?
I will definitely be there. I'll be there from the 20th to the 24th, which is just the primary weekdays. And if you're out there, I would love to connect with you. I would love to take a selfie. I would love to get some coffee, have a drink. I don't care, man.
Kiss my forehead.
Yeah, hey yo. But like I'm big on meeting, connecting. Wanting to know you. So show me who you are, and I'm an open book. I'll show you everything about me.
No, yeah, I absolutely get that, and I know we got the big events going on, the Proof, the Moonbirds, the Ape Fest, and all these other things, ABS, but those are going to be a great time. But we're never. I mean, the chances that we kind of like see those people again, we remember them, we know their name, we know their story, like it's pretty slim, to be honest. There's going to be less than a handful that we take away from the hundreds of people that we meet, right? So versus like what you were saying, a more like personal setting. That's what I love. But I think it's going to be a balance next week. It's going to be fun. Hope to meet a lot of you guys in the chat, and Quez obviously in NFT NYC. So yeah, I'm looking forward to run it.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me see. I got this pulled up. Continue. We're going to do it now. So actually, you know what? I'm going to give you guys 15 more seconds. To sign up for the giveaway. So all you have to do is go to that Twitter link, retweet it, follow Nametag tweets and NF Alpha, non-fungible alpha there, and that's literally all you have to do. And then I'll run it here in just 10-15 seconds.
Yeah. Also, while you're on Twitter, I went ahead and put Quez's Twitter on there. Make sure you give this guy a follow. Appreciate Quez for joining us. There's that Dr. Disrespect right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're on our Twitter profile already, NF Alpha. He's there in our most recent tweets. Be sure to give him a follow. This guy brought the vibes, brought the alpha. Yeah, what's up?
If I may, that was the hardest graphic I've ever seen ever. That shit was so clean. Yeah, that shit was so clean.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, man. We have some interns working for us in the background that we don't really see or. We pay them.
We also have a big team, a huge team.
We have a huge team, 30 full-time people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we actually closed on our seed round. Yep, $30 million.
Sheesh, God damn.
And we're about to pull Sartoshi and just vanish.
Hey, yo.
All right, so I got entries loaded here, 100%. I see Stin in there. I see JVB, Laces Out, Kenkel. I see Victor, Harry, a lot of these guys in there. Gonna go ahead and run it. Yo, all right, I gotta show it. I gotta show my screen. Hold on, because people are gonna think it's rigged.
Okay, that's rigged. Let's get exclamation point rigged in the chat already.
People are gonna think it's rigged because it's none other than your boy Harry Swan. Big influence. Yo, shout out Harry. This man gets a free name tag. He already has a name tag. This guy's a believer. So maybe next time he goes into a new believer. But I love it going to Harry. This guy has a big heart. Shout out Harry. He literally does anything he can to help out others, even when like he hardly helps out himself. So this guy, big heart, big fan of Harry. So yeah, GG's Harry. Let me know, DM me what name tag you want. Make sure it's available, and I'll go and get it for you.
That's fire, man. Shout out to Harry, icon.
All right, Christian. Anything else?
I usually have 3 challenges I like to propose to people before I leave. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So, uh, life is very short. So, these three challenges are meant to take you to wherever you need to go, wherever it is that you feel is made for you. So, the way that you can make these things happen is by doing these three things. Number one, in everything that you do, be curious, ask questions, wonder why things are the way that they are, think about how they could be improved. If someone tells you to shut up, ask more questions. Number two, be consistent. The only person that you need to ever show up for is yourself. And the way that you do that is by going up every single day, even on the days that it's hard, especially on the days that it's hard. That's when you have to show up. Be consistent. And number three, act with conviction. Do things because you give a shit about them, because they mean something to you. Tomorrow could be the day that it's all over. And I want you to ask yourself, is what I was doing today worthwhile? And if the answer is no, my friend, you have a wonderful opportunity to make the inflection point happen and say that today, from this day forward, I will start acting with conviction and doing the things that I care about. Be curious, be consistent, and act with conviction.
Be curious, be consistent, and act with conviction. All right, I'm gonna have to go and clip all of that so I can replay that. I can replay
absolutely,
that.
man.
Hey, that went deep. That's motivational,
That's
man.
deep,
I appreciate
yeah.
you.
And that goes right in line with what we preach is, being your own alpha. If you follow those three, like you said, that's one step closer to being able to do that.
Yeah,
Damn
this guy
right.
brought the truth. Not only brought the alpha, this guy brought the truth today. So I appreciate you, Christian, Quez. You guys might see him out there in Warzone clapping you. We look forward to the COD tournament, the Warzone tournament, but also, hey, maybe one night we could get together, run the ones. Mtoli's already asking for it. 1v1 Russ.
1v1 on Russ. I mean,
So-
hit me up, doc. What's up?
All right, man.
I'm
I
with the
appreciate
action.
you. Appreciate you coming on, and sorry for taking up a lot of time of your day, but I hope you have a good Friday and a safe weekend, and hopefully, we get to connect NFT NYC.
Gentlemen, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being icons and your kindness and having me here. So very, very appreciated. It means a lot, okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Quez. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
Alrighty,
dog.
boys.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Peace.
See you, BYOA. All
There it
right.
is.
Hey, yo, shout out Nametag and that whole team over there. Again, they've been building now for a while. I literally remember exactly where I was when the first Genesis token came out. I traveled back to my parents' house. I got there late at night. They launched. I was in my childhood room, laying in my childhood bed, looking up at the ceiling, and wondering about everything that Nametag could be, the future of. Because again, that was kind of like not early NFTs, but that was kind of earlier in my timeline.
Yeah.
So, I remember where I first was. Been a supporter ever since, but at the same time, I understand people's cautiousness about something like that.
Yeah.
But I believe in the team. I trust in them, and again, I've just been impressed with everything that they've released. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic interview. Fantastic answers by Quez. I'm kind of, I'm with you. I was there for the mint. I minted several of the OGs, but I didn't really it was back in my Degen days where I would just mint stuff and then kind of move on. I use it, but I kind of stopped tracking it as much, and I didn't realize how much they're actually building behind the scenes, and that's fantastic to hear, and I need to be paying attention to them more because it sounds like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the space. So that's huge. Shout out to them. I just remember back in the day, the Degen part of me, every single time a new project would get added to like their Twitter or basically would be added to be compatible with Nametag, you'd get that logo next to your Twitter name. I remember I'd always feel the FOMO. I'm like, shoot, I gotta get that. I gotta go buy one from that collection so I can get that icon next to my Twitter name and just kind of build those badges up. But that's awesome. I love hearing how much they're building and what they're doing in the space.
that's why he called us icons. He wasn't lying. We are literally an icon on Twitter. I get it now because he was trying to gas us up, but I get it. He didn't lie. It was like a white lie.
Yeah.
But also one of the things that we didn't mention is that like name tags make such a great gift, and not only a gift, like they've partnered with a lot of communities over the last 4 to 6 months. So you may be able to go and claim a free name tag. Not sure if they stop doing that, if it runs out, expires, but if you go to nametag.org, type the name that you want in the chat, see if it comes up for like claim for 0.0 ETH. If so, like you still have a free name tag to claim plus gas. But if not, like I've given out probably probably over 6 or 8 name tags at this point, just as gifts. Like the first NFTs that I buy for somebody is probably like a Medikey and a name tag. These two, because I feel like that's a great beginner pack. Because one, it introduces it's NFTs that turn into more than that, and then gives them a nice social experience for them to be able to kind of just again, this is a social experience for them to be able to meet people who are interested in the projects that they want to be in. So it's a no-brainer. Love name tag. Shout out Quez coming on stream. And again, it's coming to Twitch. So we are literally live here on Twitch, and I would love to be able to go and, you know, flex the collections that we're in on Twitch with you guys. So
yeah, should we hop through some more, you know, some more NFT news, or should we call it? How you feeling?
Let's finish up a few of the bigger ones, and then we'll give back everybody's day, because we have been going on now for probably a record hour and a half, hour 37 minutes. And then Pitch says, how do you know if you have an OG? Is it just 1 to 5,000? Yes, sir, that is correct. As far as I know. So that is up to token ID 5,000. Those are the OG name tags.
All right, so first up, we've got Artifact. They're teaming up with European luxury brand. I'm going to say this wrong. Is it Byredo?
Let's see. Coming back to this.
Know.
Byredo, I guess.
Byredo.
Or maybe it's Birdo. I don't know. Okay. Burrito.
Anyway, but we got Tommy Enchilada performing, and now we got Burrito partnering with Artifact. So there we go. So yeah, we Artifact's partnering with this luxury brand. We don't know a lot of details yet, but they did release this teaser and this website. So if you're involved in Artifact, I know Jeremy's he's our neighboring Artifact maxi, so he's all in on this. Feel free to take a look on that, and do you know any more details about this, or is it still pretty vague from the team?
No, I think it's just pretty vague. I mean, it's their common tagline, right? Like anything Artifact does, it's the future of merch, the future of shoes, the future of avatars, the future of, and now it's the future of perfume. Like,
there we go.
What does that even mean?
You gotta smell good in the metaverse, you know? Come on now.
Hey, at some point, Artifact's not going to be the future anymore. Just saying.
Yeah. All right. We also have Nickelodeon. So shout out Gokina. We got Nickelodeon's entering NFTs. So he's got something to look out for. Maybe they're going to finally host an event that you can get into that you don't have to be 21. But so the 90s called. The Nickelodeon is entering NFTs. I don't know, what they plan on doing. They released a little teaser video about it. I'm pretty sure, like everyone here, we pretty much grew up on Nickelodeon. Like I grew up on Rugrats, all that stuff from Nickelodeon. So excited to see what they're gonna have, what they have in store for their NFT.
I mean, I didn't get to watch Nickelodeon when I was younger because I lived out in the sticks. And yeah, we had to do like antenna based stuff, and it was not a good time. So I don't have a whole lot of Nickelodeon experiences, but I know there was a lot of bangers on Nickelodeon in the 90s and the early 2000s. So
absolutely,
whatever they release, it may not be heat, but it's probably going to do some volume, because we see nostalgic things like this, for the most part, do pretty well.
It's got that nostalgic factor for sure.
As long as it doesn't have like rug pulls stickered all over it, like some of the like Bud Light, right? Bud Light did that one drop where, I mean, it just said cash grab, right? And they've done some other things that are definitely better, but I think it was around Super Bowl time or shortly before, but it was just complete cash grab. So if it's not something like that, I'm interested.
Yeah, absolutely. We also have MasterCard. They're bringing a new payment network to Web3 and NFTs. Basically, they're allowing it where you're able to purchase NFTs without having to use actual crypto. You can go through your credit card. So hey, run up the debt. Let's go send it on some NFTs and save the bear market. Pull us out.
No.
Oh no! But, don't do that.
But MasterCard, I just love seeing them be a big, like, I don't know, proponent of adopting Web3. Like, they're essentially saying, if people want to buy NFTs, digital assets, cryptocurrencies with their card, like, they should be able to. We shouldn't have them jump through all these loops or whatever. They want to break down the barriers. They want to make it frictionless or as frictionless as possible. And I think that's pretty dope by them. Obviously, they've got to be motivated somehow. There probably will be some type of fees associated with that.
Sure.
But still, if it's 1 or 2 steps less that I have to do, and I can just use my card to purchase that, if I want to, I'm all about it.
There you go. Yeah, and this may be good for a lot of like the cheaper, a lot of the cheaper MTs. And it looks like they're partnering with. It says in their article they're partnering with Immutable X, Candy, Sandbox, Mintable, Spring, Nifty Gateway. So a lot of these kind of gasless marketplaces. So this could be good for on like kind of like on the cheaper end of NFT. So I don't think anyone's going to be pulling out the MasterCard to buy a Bored Ape. But if you see something on Nifty, you see something on Immutable X, it's like, hey, it's $15. Instead of having to buy ETH or send it or bridge ETH over to Immutable from the mainnet or anything like that, you can just whip out the MasterCard and send it.
Send it. Oh.
We also got bright lights. We got the NFT now.
Flash.
They're doing their NFT 100. This is kind of their inaugural edition of this, where they're celebrating the NFT. What was it? The most influential creators and community figures in the NFT space. So you can go to this now and nominate who you believe to be a part of this. I don't know. I go and nominate Jeremy. I think he should be up there. Just kidding.
Unless this was the top 100 cappers, then I may deserve a spot. But
yeah, absolutely.
This is a pretty cool thing to see, just because of the effort that they put into it. Like something like this, I hate when companies try to like make themselves a mainstay by doing something like this, right? They have this award ceremony and nominations and whatnot, gets a lot of traffic, and then they don't do their part in terms of making it high quality. And what NFT now, like I'm loving what I'm seeing from them for this. So, I think they're deserving enough to host it. I mean, not that I'm a gatekeeper, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think they're doing a very good job. So I'll probably go ahead and nominate some people that I think should be up here. This looks like a nice thing to do.
Yeah, and then one last thing. So earlier today, we had Ape Fest tickets started rolling out. Hopefully, everyone in our chat was able to secure some tickets. I think they're still. It seems like it's a pretty slow process. They first went day by day by day, then they started doing multiples. Yeah. I don't know if it's still rolling out or if it's pretty much done now. But all I'm going to say is I know that I'm going to all 4 days, so we're just going to leave it at that.
I'm going to all 5 days, so I don't know if anybody can top that.
I got tickets for the 25th as well. I don't know who else did, but yeah, it is a super exclusive event.
Freaking-lutely. But one thing, and we're not going to talk about it because it just came out, but one thing that I will dig into is that apparently today, or sometimes recent, Jack Dorsey announced that he's going to be building Web 5. So his company, right, his business unit, TBD, which is a subsidiary of Block, announced today that they are going to be building a new decentralized web called Web 5. And so essentially they want to build the decentralized web the correct way, in their opinion. And so, yeah, I'm just going to dig into this, see what it's about. I know Jack Dorsey's kind of been a meme. He's kind of hated on ETH, I think.
I mean, look at him.
He's kind of hated on ETH. He's kind of memed us quite a bit, and I know the community has memed them back. But this guy is a creator. He is somewhat of a visionary and innovator. So I'll take a look at what Web 5 is, but I don't know.
Yeah,
can't speak on it too much.
and BSB put it in the chat earlier, but if you do own an Atom Bomb Squad, make sure you go to their token proof website, and they released their tickets earlier. There's limited quantities, and it looks like there's only 550 available, but down to around 300 left. So they just announced it on their Discord and tagged everybody, so maybe those go pretty quickly here soon. So if you have an ABS, make sure you go through and claim those tickets for the party that's going to be happening on, I think it's either Monday or Tuesday, but with Pusha.
Yes, sir, and that should do it.
That's about it.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a very jam-packed stream. We had some news to cover, but then that was a great interview. It's a lot better, a lot better than our last interview. I feel like us and our fans and our viewers are scarred from our previous interviews because our last interview ended up being a little ice cream rug pull. So this is a little bit better. It's an actual team that's building in the space. It's we know that they're not going to come out with an NFT and then rug us.
Merch review.
No.
What were they? They want to talk
Species?
about the. I mean, no. Well, pitch. Yeah. What merch review? Because I did promise him. You talking about species, or are you talking about the new like 8 merch that we got in? Oh, speaking of species and new stuff that I got in. One sec.
I'm gonna pull up the special new merch. Yeah, let's pull up that real quick because that can be real quick, fast fire. And let me find the link here.
Yo, pull it up.
Yep.
I haven't looked at it. I haven't not looked at it.
Okay. Here we go. All right. 6 new items. We got a hat, a hoodie, some sweatpants, new shorts, and 2 shirts.
Okay.
Let's get the Jeremy first impression. What we got?
First glimpse, I'm thinking I like the color palette. Now
Yeah.
let me dive into details.
Okay. Let me know if you need me to click on one.
So dad hat, what is that on the dad hat? Is that an
It looks
astronaut
like
special?
it's an astronaut special for sure.
Okay, I get it. Out of this world, common phrase by them in the collection. Out of this world. Not really liking the way it vibes on the dad hat, but I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, like, when I look at this, it doesn't make me think species at all.
Yeah. I'm out on this hat. I'm just gonna say that. I don't mind it, but I have other hats I'd rather wear.
Yeah, it's probably where I'm at. So no hate, no shade if you bought it. Just not for me. Out of this world, since it's a bigger picture, there's accents and stuff. I can kind of vibe. I can dig the astronaut on this one. And then this is the one that they sneak peeked, right? Because it carries around to the back.
Yeah, let's see if there's a good back picture.
Okay,
It's got the stars all over.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
This is kind of a vibe. I like this one, but also it is June. Most of their holders are in the northern hemisphere, and a lot of NFT users are in America, and it's currently hot as.
Bro, we have so many hoodies already.
Why do we need
so many hoodies? Like, I mean, I understand hoodies are like the popular thing with Web3 and like the tech world, but I mean, can we have a merch shop without hoodies? I sent my order in earlier. I didn't buy one of these, but I mean, I like the design. I probably would like it, but I just have so many hoodies already, and I'm not gonna wear a hoodie for the next 8 months now. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm at the
6
point.
months.
I'm at the point where I can't buy this hoodie. I can't do it.
Same with the sweatpants. We got so many sweatpants too. I don't mind them because I could probably pull off wearing sweatpants like at this time of year if I'm just like lounging around the house. Like that's fine. So I don't mind these. I didn't send it on the sweatpants, but I like them. They're different.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go through. Like, I'm gonna give the dad hat a B minus. I'm gonna give that dad hat B minus, not necessarily a C. I'm gonna give the hoodie an A minus. Yeah, A minus. Sweatpants, I really want to say sweatpants are like a C plus, but that's just me hating on them. Yeah, I think they deserve to be.
I will say I agree with BSB. The last like special sweatpants that we got, they pretty much hit like the comfortability of the sweatpants are very nice. They're definitely easy to lounge around and a lot easier than the the new Bored Ape sweatpants for sure. I would give those sweatpants probably a B plus. Dad hat, I'd give that like a C plus, and then the hoodie I'll give it a B.
I can't. Can you zoom in on the shorts?
I can't wait for these shorts.
What the heck?
I mean, I don't know.
Looks like they're calling their project dead.
Yeah, I don't know. They look comfy. I like the color. I'm in on the shorts. I just don't know what this is supposed to mean.
I don't get it at all. If they change the image, if they make it any special they want to, the astronaut special, I don't care. If they make it anything else than this, these shorts are an absolute banger.
They better be careful because they may be getting a little DMCA from Sabbath, guy getting the Crypto Mori vibes from it as well.
Yeah,
you got the little But
shorts are fire, bro.
But the short, I mean, the color. I already like the previous shorts we had before. It looks like this is pretty. It looks like this is pretty much the same material and the same style of shorts that they've had before, and those are so comfy just to like wear around the house. So I ordered 2 pairs of these. I am ready for them. I still give it probably an A, even though I don't know what's going on with the headstone and all that.
I don't know. I think I'm totally even wrong here. It's not special till you die. It's even you're special even after you die. It literally says special forever. So I don't know. And Totally is a big capper out here. Yeah, I don't dig the image. I dig what they're trying to say. Just don't like the image. What's the speed T? The speed T, I'm gonna go ahead and give an F anyways.
I didn't. This looks like, you know, if I had like a 5-year-old toddler like son, I would buy this shirt. I order a small, give it to him. There we go. Me as an adult man, I would rather. I don't know. I can justify me wearing this tie dye way more than the speed tee. I guess I'm not vibing with the car on fire at all.
That tee looks like something like I bought a special edition of a Hot Wheels kit, and that's the free tee that came with it. So. Speed T gets an F.
Yeah. Now, what about this shirt? I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of vibing with the shirt. I'm an orange fan already, just because, you know, go Pokes, orange background. Let's go. So I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of this shirt, and I'd give this one an A.
I have to keep my bias out of this because I'm not a huge orange fan on my clothes, but that's just personal. And I think this shirt is kind of heat. I think the shirt is kind of a banger. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an A as well.
There we go. Yeah, I'll be rocking this one absolutely. And this is a lot better than a headstone, you know. Yeah.
Hopping into other special merch or special reviews, we got the little Your Special U2s coming at you hot and fresh. You know, your boy had to cop the 2-piece, so I got the 2-piece. It does come in with a protective sleeve on it already. So if you ordered sleeves to put this in, hold that L, because it already has one. You wasted your money, GG's. But no, it's pretty nice. Should I pop one? Do I open it? I mean, they're not going to be worth anything in 6 months.
Hey, go ahead and send it.
All right.
Well, and while you're opening that and getting it ready, I'm gonna go and show off something I got in the mail as well. We got ourselves the Ghost comic. So for all you comic lovers out there, this one it's so clean. I love the color palette, the colors of it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this in a more safe case. Maybe try to get it graded. It also came with, you know, 2 of the stickers. And it came with a little comic Ghost collector pin.
I think you got to cover your eyes. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
No,
So kind of heat.
That is all fire.
Kind of heat. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Ghost collection, like their merch, their like special edition stuff, they're kind of top tier. Like low key. Like a lot of the stuff they put out there, it's pretty top tier stuff.
I love everything you just showed me more than their NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way for me to put it. Because that looks fire. So again, just giving you guys a detailed view of the Year Special U2's collectible. This is what we have on the front, the little ombre, little gradient going on there. We have the outline going on all across the 3 sides. And then at the bottom, we have this little certificate of authenticity. It comes with the authenticity code, and you can go ahead and claim that on youtubes.com. Don't claim my code. No, you have to scratch. You have to scratch off it for the code. Anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and pop it open. There we go. So we got the Your Special vinyl figure holding the Your Special sign. Yo, Harry, we might have to make this for NYC. We might have to make a replica that we just carry around all day. What does it say back there in the very back? I can't see it, even in IRL. I saw it better on the camera than I could. Okay, I got it. You're very, very, very special. I think JVB wakes up and tells himself that every day.
Yeah, it's written on his mirror, literally.
All right, so on the back it says, if you're reading this, it means you're special, like really, really special, special as heck. I mean, if like a monster came up to me and said, "I'm gonna eat the person who's reading this," I would say no. I would prevent him from doing that. That's just like how much love I have for you. That's how special I think you are.
There you go.
All right, merch review just for Pitch Dark. Shout out my boy.
Yep.
He deserves it. He's been grinding. So
I think that's pretty much it. That's all we had planned. That's a long stream today, obviously because of the interview. Again, shout out to Quez for coming on. And yeah, that's all I've had, Jeremy. Any final thoughts, words of encouragement, and heading into the weekend? What you got?
don't be broke. We don't like that.
Okay. Don't be broke. Let's go.
Don't be broke.
There you go.
Your own alpha. Send more
this man's out of pocket.
Send more ETH. Yo, be sure to pick up your name tags. Not a paid interview at all. I mean, I think we got to pay people at this point to come on to NFA. So obviously not paid, not an ad, no disclosures to give. We love name tag. If you guys enjoy the product, go and cop yourself one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, until then, we'll be back here Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern to break down whatever happened over the weekend. Hopefully we got some drama. Hopefully we got some more NFT news, more 8Fest news. Maybe they're going to reveal some stuff. Yeah, we'll break it down on Monday. Until then, everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Go touch some grass this weekend. You know, get off Twitter. Get off of your keyboard. Go experience the sun. You know, I know it's scary. I trust me. I know it is scary out there, but I believe in you. You can do it, and you will have a good time.
Absolutely. Let's go touch some grass, boys. Let's go.
Let's go. Don't be broke.
Be your own alpha.
Be your own alpha.
Peace. Till next time.
Peace.